to another episode of Buffalo Bills Pregame. I'm Randy, this is Jared.
Hello.
And the top story this week, Sunday Night Football, baby. We're back at it. And the last time we played Sunday Night Football, it was a historic game where we shellacked the New England Patriots 56-10.
No, it was the other way around, Randy.
Oh, it was the worst game in franchise history.
Yeah.
Well, we can only do better. 12 years later, here we
Yes.
are. And the playoffs are affected. Jared, what do we have to do with this game to get into the playoffs?
All right, so let me break down all the scenarios that have to happen this week in order for the Bills to get into the playoffs this week. Ready?
Week 17, or week 15.
Week 15. Winning in. That's it. That's all we have to do. Now, the funny thing is, and I didn't say this last week, we could have won against the Ravens and gotten in because I didn't think that the Broncos, the Bucks, and the Titans were all going to win. But they all did, and all we had to do was beat the Ravens. I don't know about you, I was like, get it done now. They did not pull it off against the best team in the NFL. It's all right. I actually felt really confident watching that game because they only lost by 7.
It was comforting seeing the team go toe-to-toe with an elite team in the NFL and look like they belonged. Other years, when we played the best of the best, it didn't look like we belonged in the same league. And
Yeah.
we have earned our spot at the table, and that feels great.
Yeah, I do. Now, to get back to Sunday Night Football, I think John Madden was the color analyst the last time we played, so that tells you how long ago it was.
The good old days.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football was just coming into its own. They were pretty much flexing every week because they didn't know what to do with the flex yet. And, because, like, why put the Patriots Bills? That flex was a stupid idea.
They knew it was going to be a historic game.
Yeah, but I just, again, I said this last week, I wish it was a home flex, not an away flex. But I think this is our first ever away game on Sunday Night Football. So, history.
As a quick aside,
Sure.
the Patriots have yet another taping scandal getting caught
Oh, yes,
taping
breaking news.
the Bengals, their next opponent last week, during the pregame.
During the game.
During the game. So do you think that the Patriots scouts will be taping the Bills this week?
Yeah, so what happened was there was an advanced scout that came to the game, and I guess the Patriots are doing some sort of a weird inner documentary series on like their janitors and apparently they're advanced scouts. And so they got permission from the Browns to have a camera in there filming their scouting, which, come on. They're cheating. It's as simple as that. I'm calling it right now. Yeah, the NFL has to investigate it, and yeah, it might come up with nothing, but come on, really. And here's another thing. Why are you taping the Bengals? Out of all the teams you have to cheat against, you're doing that bad that you have to cheat against the Bengals? I guess I'm looking forward to playing the Patriots now, to be honest with you. Now, do I think they're going to have a guy there at Sunday Night Football? No. It's out in the open. They're not going to have somebody filming the Bills.
Too soon, you think?
Yeah, I think. But keep an eye out on the sidelines, though. If you see some guy in anybody in a Patriots coat, like.
All right, our real opponent this week is going
Yeah.
to be the Steelers, led by their one-time fourth-string quarterback,
Yes.
Duck Hodges.
Yes, so Duck Hodges coming from Samford University. And no, I did not say Stanford like you thought
No.
earlier before we were shooting. No, it's
Not a Cardinal.
Samford. No, they're playing some, I think it's Bulldogs down there, actually. Samford Bulldogs, I think. They play such schools as Western Carolina, Mercer, Eastern Tennessee, Wolford, Tennessee Tech, and they did play Auburn this year.
Oh, strong showing?
No, they lost 42-0. But it was without Duck Hodges, so, I mean, maybe that's why. No, this is actually really impressive what this kid is doing. He had a very impressive career at the school with 1,000 kids or whatever. It's 5,000 or something like that. He had 111 touchdowns, like 41 interceptions. He was a 4-year starter, so he started the whole time. He wasn't like a redshirt freshman or anything like that. And he obviously flew under the radar for obvious reasons. Like we didn't even talk about him at all last year in our draft show. Another rookie quarterback in the 2019 season, and he's doing very well. He's 3-0. 3-0 as a starter. And the Steelers themselves are 8-5. They've lost their good teams. Like but they almost won. They almost beat the Seahawks. They almost beat the 49ers. They could easily be a 10-4 team that we're coming to play. We can't underestimate this team.
They had some early season struggles after Roethlisberger went down right away, but they seem that they've righted the ship, despite having what was seen as a fourth-string quarterback going into the season. And I'm a little afraid, and tell me what you think about them copying Baltimore's attack against Allen.
Oh.
They were making sure to blitz hard on the right side so that Allen's first move, which is always a step out of the pocket to the right, you saw him over and over again have to make turns to run onto the left side.
Yes.
And I'm saying going into Blitzburg that we're going to anticipate a lot of pressure coming from the right side again.
Yeah, especially because I believe they play a 3-4. Steelers fans, if I'm wrong on that, I apologize. So with that defense, you can easily stack up exactly what you said, the strong side, and force Josh Allen to not be able to roll out to the right. They were starting to figure it out with those Beasley's throws, and Beasley was wide open, the touchdown, like wide open, and the 2-point conversion. Now I'm sure the Steelers probably noticed that too. They have some really good defensive players in Pittsburgh. Cameron Hayward, T.J. Watt, Devin Bush, Bud Dupree. I mean, lots of first-round picks that have stuck with the team for several years. So they're a name-known bunch, and it's going to be a challenge. I don't think it'll be as bad as Baltimore, but with the terrible towels swinging around and the sky not being blue, who knows?
Outside of the Steelers this week, what games do we have to have our eyes on? Who are the enemies of the Bills going into week 15?
All right. Enemies of the Bills this week is going to be a little bit simpler than last week. We're just going to focus on this week. The number one game is our own game, Pittsburgh versus the Bills. Obviously, they're one of the main contenders for the wild card spot, so a win against them would be a good thing. You know, with this whole Cincinnati thing, and they've been looking a little better the last couple of weeks, which is kind of hard to measure, but... And the Patriots have been looking so bad. They lost to the Chiefs. Maybe since he pulls it off, I don't know. I always found this whole season it was fascinating that the Patriots, the Super Bowl winning Patriots, gets to travel to like the 0 and whatever, 1-12 Cincy. It's almost like a gift for the city that the Patriots come there, or a curse, or whatever. But I guess the main game to focus on. This is the first of two. Texans versus Titans games that I mentioned last week. The Texans are only playing the Titans and the Bucks for the rest of the season. Now, since Houston lost last week, well, that's a great thing for the Bills, because now we could be in a position to possibly pass them for the wild card spot. So if Tennessee wins, if they happen to beat the Texans twice, there might be a possibility down the line that we can beat out the Texans for the wild card, which I thought was an impossibility.
Well, looking over the scenarios, this week is very determining. If we win, we're almost for sure locked in the 5. And if we lose, we're almost for sure locked in the 6.
Right.
It's just the way that
Yeah, I mean, we're not locked in the 6 at all if we lose, but I see what you're saying. Like,
if we lose and still make the playoffs, we're going to be in the 6th, because Pittsburgh is going to have the tiebreaker against us. And if we win, it will likely that we're going to end up in the 5th position.
But I'll tell you this, and I know we're kind of skipping ahead to next week, and we cannot look past this week. This is huge. I mean, we're in the playoffs. We can go to Hawaii for the next 3 weeks and come back for the playoffs if we want to. It doesn't matter what we do after this week if the Bills win. But I've never felt more realistic that we could beat the Patriots with Tom Brady, like ever, like for next week. I've never actually thought
it had to happen eventually.
Yeah, but like now I'm like, crap. Like we could actually pull it off. Like
when Bledsoe came here, though,
lawyer
Malloy, you weren't feeling good.
No.
All right. So this week, you picked the Bills to lose out. Are you sticking with it?
I guess I have to.
Oh,
but,
wow.
I was going to see what you were going to do first and make my decision from there. But no, I think it's going to be a close game, hard fought. I think the Bills have a better chance now than it did last week. I really do. But I can't in good conscience say that I think we got this, we're done, we can rest Josh Allen for the last 2 weeks of the season. I'm not there yet. So unfortunately, I think we have a really good chance to win, but I'm going to say 23-20 Steelers. Close game.
All right, I'll have the Bills winning 27-20, sealing up the playoffs. We can rest the starters for 2 weeks. And,
all right, so you want to book the Honolulu tickets?
No, man, I'm going to the mountains before Tropical Paradise. Yeah, Vermont. See you there.
Oh, okay.
All right, but you will see us next week right here for Buffalo Bills pregame as we talk about a Bills win and going into New England.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
All right, like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and real quick, thanks a lot for the views, guys. Like that was the most we've had in longer than I like to care to admit, so I really do appreciate it. Or we both do.
We love you both. We love you all.